A good day to all. This is the part 3 of Act 2, Scene 2. Enter Bassanio with Leonardo and other followers. So, Bassanio is entering with Leonardo, his servant, and other followers. Bassanio: you may do so, but let it be so hasted that supper be ready at the furthest by 5 of the clock. So Bassanio is conducting a feast, a party, a banquet, because they are going to Belmont the next day, and he is going to conduct a party before it. So he is preparing for the party as well as the trip to Belmont the next day. See, these letters are delivered. So he is delivering, making sure the letters are delivered for the party. Put the liveries into making. He is ordering his servants to make sure the uniforms are tailored in time, and desire Graciano to come Ainen to my lodging. And he is telling a servant to inform Graciano to come Ainen. Ainen means suddenly, at once, to where he lives. Exit. A servant. Lancelot. To him, father. So Lancelot is saying, go to him, father. So from here onwards, Lancelot and Gobbo together are trying to tell Bassanio that Lancelot wants to work under Bassanio. The matter is very simple. All they have to say to Bassanio is that Lancelot wants a job, but they keep on interrupting each other in order to make a comic effect. One will start to say something and the other will interrupt him. So at last Bassanio will say, both of you stop talking and one speak for the two. That is what we are going to see. Gobbo: God bless your worship. So Gobbo is greeting Lancelot. Good evening, sir. Like that. Bassanio: Gramercy. Gramercy means thank you. Wouldst thou aught with me? What do you want from me? Bassanio is asking. Gobbo: here is my son, sir, a poor boy. Lancelot: not a poor boy, sir, but the rich Jewish man that would, sir, as my father shall specify. So when Gobbo said, this is Lancelot, a poor boy, my son, then Lancelot said, I am not a poor boy. I used to be the servant of a very rich man, and about that my father will explain in detail to you. Now Gobbo will start to speak again. He hath a great infection, sir, as one would say, to serve. So Gobbo is saying Lancelot has a great interest. So the word is not infection there, it's affection. The word has been interchanged to create a comic effect. So he is saying, my son has a great desire to work. So again Lancelot interrupts. Indeed, sir, indeed, the short and long is, I serve the Jew and I have a desire, as my father shall specify. So Lancelot interrupts again and says, the short and long is, it means the summary is, actually it's not short and long, the phrase is long and short. The summary of what my father is trying to say is that I work for a Jew now and I have a desire, and about that my father will specify. So Lancelot is starting a dialogue by saying, I will summarize the whole thing, but he is keeping on elaborating it. Gobbo: his master and he, saving your worship's reverence, are scarce cater cousins. So cater cousins means friends, good friends. Scarce means hardly. So Gobbo is saying Shylock and Lancelot are hardly good friends. And he is saying saving your worship's reverence means I apologize. Apologize for what? Using local English, colloquial English. The word cater cousin is a colloquial word. So Gobbo is saying I apologize for using bad English, but Shylock and my son, they are not cater cousins. Lancelot: then again he interrupts. To be brief, the very truth is that the Jew, having done me wrong, doth cause me, as my father, being I hope an old man, shall fructify unto you. So Lancelot interrupts again, saying, the Jew has wronged me. He did so many bad things to me, and about that my father shall notify you. It's not fructify. He actually means notify. Gobbo: I have a dish of doves that I would bestow upon your worship. But my suit is, Gobo is saying, I have made a dish out of flesh of dove, and I will gift it to you. But I have a suit. Suit means request. Lancelot interrupts again. In very brief, the suit is impertinent to myself. So the request is not impertinent, it's actually pertinent. Pertinent means relevant. The suit is relevant to myself, means the request is about myself. As your worship shall know by this honest man. And though I said, though old man, yet poor man, my father. So about that request, my father will tell you. So Bassanio had enough of this conversation. Bassanio is saying, one speak for both. What would you? So he's asking, Bassanio is asking, what do you want from me? One speak for the two. Lancelot, serve you, sir. So Lancelot said, I want to work for you. Go. That is the very defect of the matter, sir. So it's not actually defect. Here means effect. So he is saying that is the very essence of the topic. That is the main content of the topic. Bassanio, I know thee well. Thou hast obtained thy suit. Shylock, thy master, spoke with me this day, and hath preferred thee. So Bassanio is telling Lancelot, I know you very well. You have already got your job. You can work under me. I spoke with your master Shylock last day, and he has very good opinion about you. Actually, Shylock hates Lancelot. Remember what Shylock told to Antonio? I have to go to my home because my home is under the protection of an irresponsible servant. But Bassanio doesn't say that to Lancelot because he doesn't want to make Lancelot feel bad. If it is preferment to leave a Jew's service to become the follower of Sopo, a gentleman. So preferment means promotion. So Bassanio is telling Lancelot, if you think it is promotion to stop working for a rich man and start working for a man like me, then you can work with me. But I am not rich like Shylock. Lancelot, the old proverb is very well parted between my master Shylock and you, sir. You have the grace of God, sir, and he hath enough. So Lancelot is saying there is a proverb which is applicable to both you and Shylock. So what is the proverb? The grace of God is gear enough. Gear means possession. So it means that one who has the blessing of God has everything. So Lancelot is saying, Bassanio, even though he is not very rich, since he has the blessings of God, since he is a Christian, has everything. But Shylock, since he is rich, he only has material possession. He does not have the grace of God, blessings of God, just because he is Jew. So Lancelot would prefer working with Bassanio since he has the grace of God. Bassanio, thou speakest it well. Go, father, with thy son. Take leave of thy old master and inquire my lodging out. So Bassanio is saying, you know how to speak well. So both of you go to Shylock and tell him you are leaving and go to my house. To his followers, give him a livery more guarded than his fellows. See it done. Then Bassanio tells his servants, make sure to give him a uniform, Lancelot a uniform which is more guarded. Guarded means more decorated, more embroidered, more embellished than other servants' uniform. So it is indirectly suggesting that Bassanio has this thought of making Lancelot his court jester. Jester means an entertainer, not like a clown, but kind of like the stand-up comedians we have today. So it's a very high position. Lancelot, father in. So he says, let us go, father. Then Lancelot is being very humble to Bassanio and he is saying, I cannot get a service. No, I have never a tongue in my head. So Lancelot is saying, I cannot serve you. I am not good enough to serve you because I do not have a tongue in my head. means I do not know what to say when. And as if to prove what he said is true, he is telling a very long speech about some rubbish, something irrelevant, something foolish. Now he looks at his palm and he pretends to read the lines on his palm, pretending to know he knows palmistry. But what actually he is saying is complete foolishness. Well, looking on his palm, if any man in Italy have a fairer table, which doth offer to swear upon a book, I shall have good fortune. So Lancelot is saying, looking at his palm, I am the most fortunate man in Italy because I've got a job under you, and I am sure and there is no other man whose palms they use to promise. Swear upon a book means put their hands on Bible and promise, like swear, like some people do that. I am more fortunate than all of them. Go to, it means look. Here is a simple line of life. It means line of life means the line on the hand showing our lifespan, how long we will live. And he is saying he will live for a long time. Here is a small trifle of wives. So under the line of life there is a line talking about his marital life, how many wives he will have. Alas, 15 wives is nothing. 11 widows and 9 maids is a simple coming in for one man. So he is saying, I will get 15 wives, but it is not enough for me. Even if I had 20 wives, which means 11 widows and 9 maids, I will not have enough. He is talking about the dowry. Even if I marry 20 women, I will not get enough dowry. That is what he is saying. Dowry means the money a woman will give to the man. And to escape drowning thrice, so he will escape death by drowning 3 times. And to be the peril of my life at the edge of a feather bed. Also I will be in peril. Peril means danger. Danger of what? Danger while I lie on my feather bed. I will almost fall down from my bed, but it will not happen to me. I will escape. Here are simple escapes. So he is telling all this by looking on his palm. Well, if fortune be a woman, she is a good wench for this girl. He is telling. Just like how the Prince of Morocco personified fortune as a goddess, Lancelot is personifying fortune as a woman. He is telling, if fortune is a woman, she is a good wench. Wench for means a good lady for this gear, for this purpose. He is telling a woman should deal with the fortune of people. Father, come. I'll take my leave of the Jew in the twinkling of an eye. Then he is telling his father, let us go to Shiloh and I will stop working for him in the blink of an eye. Twinkling of an eye means blink of an eye. I will do it as fast as possible. Exeunt Lancelot and Old Gobbo. Bassanio. I pray thee, good Leonardo, think on this. These things being bought and orderly bestowed, return in haste, for I do feast tonight my best esteemed acquaintance. Hie thee, go. So Bassanio is saying, I request you, Leonardo, after you arrange everything on the ship, come back fastly in haste, because there is a party with my best friends. So hie thee, see you soon, go fast, go. Leonardo. My best endeavors shall be done herein. So I will do my best, sir. That is what Leonardo said. My best efforts shall be put for this. Enter Gratiano. Gratiano. Where is your master? Yonder there, sir, he walks. So Leonardo said, over there, sir, he walks. Exit. Gratiano. Signor Bassanio. Bassanio. Gratiano. Gratiano. I have a suit to you. I have a request for you. Bassanio. You have obtained it. Even before you told me what your request is, I have granted it, your request. You have obtained it. Gratiano. You must not deny me. I must go with you to Belmont. So Gratiano wants to go to Belmont with Bassanio. So he's telling, you should not reject my request. Bassanio. Why? Then you must. I am happy that you are coming, Gratiano. Bassanio is saying. But hear thee, Gratiano, But you listen to me, Bassanio. I have some things to tell you. Thou art too wild, too rude, and bold of voice. So you are too wild, too aggressive, too impulsive, too adventurous, too rude. You are rude to people, and bold of voice. You have a very loud voice. Parts that become thee happily enough, and in such eyes as ours appear not fault. So for us it is not a fault. For we know you, Graciano. We are your best friends. We know you. And these qualities are the qualities that makes you you. These qualities are your identity. We love you for who you are. But if you behave like this in a place where people do not know you, then they will think you are a bad person. And because of that, they will also misunderstand me. They will also think I am like this. So I will lose all my hopes. I will not get this opportunity to make Portia like me. So that is what Graciano is saying. But where thou art not known, why they show something too liberal? So he is saying, you should not be too liberal, too free, where you are not known, in a strange place. Pray thee, I request thee, take pain, take effort, to allay with some cold drops of modesty, to moderate your behavior. Allay means to moderate, control. Thy skipping spirit means indisciplined quality. So you have to put some effort to moderate your indisciplined qualities with some modesty, lest or else through thy wild behavior, because of your wild behavior, I be misconstrued in the place I go to. I will be misunderstood in the place and lose my hopes, and I will lose all my hopes. Graciano. Signor Bassanio, hear me. If I do not put on a sober habit, so Graciano is saying, Bassanio, I will put on a sober habit. Sober habit means serious manner, means I will be very mature, I will act maturely. Also I will wear decent clothes, I will wear formal proper clothes, talk with respect, and swear but now and then. So he is saying, I will talk to respect with people, talk with respect to people, I will not swear. I will only swear. Swear here means promise. So according to Christian, swearing in general, especially swearing in the name of God, promising the name of God, is a sin. So he is saying, I will not swear in public, but I will only swear now and then without people looking, because I cannot control it. Wear prayer books in my pocket. I will put prayer books in all my pockets, so people will think I am a very religious person. Look demurely. Look demurely means look serious, as if he is very mature. Nay, more, I will do more. While Grace is saying, hood mine eyes thus with my eyes and sigh and say Amen. Well, we are praying before food. That is the meaning of Grace is saying. Well, we are praying before food. Hood mine eyes thus with my hat. I will cover my eyes with my hat. So people think I am praying very genuinely and deeply. I am covering my eyes because I do not want any distraction. And sigh means take a deep breath and letting it go. So some people, when they pray, they close their eyes and sigh. So all this will give the impression that he is praying genuinely. And say Amen. Use all the observance of civility. It means that I will do everything that is considered, that is observed as decent. Like one studied in a sad ostened to please his grandam. Like a person who studied in a sad ostened. Ostened means dignity. Solemnity means dignity. So, people who had learned in Sainik school and all, they have this good manners, strict manners, right? So I will behave like that. To please his grandam. Grandam is grandmother. So usually when people are talking to their grandparents, they will be extra polite, extra sweet, extra decent, right? So Graciano will behave like this. Never trust me more. So he's saying, you can trust me with this. Bassanio, well, we shall see your bearing. Okay, let's see how you will bear. Bear means behavior, conduct. Conduct means behavior. Okay, let's hope you will behave properly. Graciano. Nay, but I bar tonight. Bar means I need an exception tonight. You shall not gauge me. Gauge means judge me, measure me by what we do tonight. So Graciano is saying you should not judge me by what I do during the party, the banquet, the feast. Bassanio. No, that were pity. No, I will never do that. It will be very boring to judge you during a party. I would entreat you, I would actually suggest you, request you, rather put on your boldest suit of mirth. Mirth means extreme happiness, amusement. So Bassanio is asking him to be himself during the party because he is a very jolly person. Jolly people are needed to light up the party, to make the party more fun. So Bassanio wants Graciano to be himself during the party. Also, Bassanio wants Graciano to wear his best party dress. For we have friends that purpose merriment. So we are having friends and we need enjoyment. Merriment means enjoyment. But very well, I have some business. But now I have to go now, Graciano. I have some things to do. Graciano. And I must do Lorenzo and the rest. But we will visit you at supper time. So Graciano is saying, I also have to go to Lorenzo and the rest. But I will visit you during supper time, dinner time, the party. Excellent. So this is the end of Act 2, Scene 2. Thank you.